Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this video is a little bit long overdue. Had so much Funko Pops I just kept getting over and over the few weeks, and then which turned into months, you know the deal. But I finally managed to scramble some time to do this video. So, let's get right to it. Youtooz has made 3 from the movie. Really wish they actually did something for Godzilla, but I think during that time that would totally give away the movie and the spoilers. But it would be nice to see them make a Godzilla Youtooz. But we got Godzilla and Kong, I think that's pretty good. So on my left is the one we actually got the latest, because that one's the hardest. That one was pretty hard to find. That's the Heat Ray Godzilla. The one in the middle, of course, is the main one and the most expensive one. It's the Godzilla vs. Kong, where the two monsters fight out on the aircraft carrier. And then we have a Kong on the throne. So 3 very different Youtooz, same characters, of course. I'm actually the most excited for the Heat Ray Godzilla, because from the images I've seen on the internet, he's supposed to look very sick. So let's tuck right in. And I say we look at the aircraft battle set last. So we'll let me put that aside. We'll look at that later. And yes, they all came in protectors, so that was great. So they came in perfect condition. So between the two of these, let's look at Kong on throne first. I know I had said Godzilla first, but I actually want to look at Kong first because he's sitting on his throne. So let's get right to it. Kong on throne, vinyl figure, Youtooz collectibles, very simple box art as you would expect, so that's pretty solid. Now over here we got a little artwork of Kong jumping at Godzilla in this Hong Kong thing, and of course you see the same thing on the other side for Godzilla. Now here's the thing, if you take the Godzilla box or vice versa, you slap him on the side, you can recreate it. Recreate the scene of the two monsters fighting out, and of course you can do the same with the other side. So that's a neat little Easter egg that I found from the box art. And then here's the back of the box, just Godzilla versus Kong, just like that. Here is the bottom of all your information, and yeah. So that's it, pretty much it for the box. Like I said, it's very simplistic, so let's tuck right in. First we gotta take it out of the protector, and let's take a look at this Youtooz figure. Alright, as you know, usually Youtooz comes in the sleeve, but the sleeve is pretty much stuck to the plastic protector, so I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. You've seen the box art already for the sleeve, so essentially remove the protector, it's still pretty much the same. But underneath the protector, here is what you actually get. You got the actual figurine inside, which now that I'm actually looking at it, it is a lot smaller than I thought. It's not the size of a Funko Pop whatsoever. Damn, that's a much smaller figure than I expected. I'm not gonna lie. But anyways, let's see. Kong Throne, Godzilla's Kong Collection. It's who we expected. We need Kong, the world needs him at the back here, and this is the other side. So, figure number uno, let's take him out. Almost on the box list here, it says Team Kong. Team Kong, alright. Wonder if it says Team Godzilla for the other one. So the box opens exactly like a Funko Pop box. Yep, this is very similar to a Funko Pop. Alright, looking now at the figure. Other than the unexpected size, I would say I definitely do like just the small figurine, the landscape of the throne. So taking that out aside, Kong is just pretty much a figurine, and I think that one is that definitely makes him stand out a lot. The axe is great. It's a little bit bent if you look at it, but I guess it's fine. It still has some nice colorings. I do like the face though. Wish they actually gave him some pupils so you can actually see some expression. And also for the chest, that is a big scratch mark coming off his chest, which is surprising to say the least. Other than that, here's the back. Nothing else much going on. Obviously, there's no action poses or anything. It's a vinyl figure, so it's supposed to be just sitting on the desk or on the shelf like this. And I think I know some perfect places to put this. Now that I know that this is a lot smaller than what it's supposed to be, so the face could use a little bit of work. But other than that, not bad for our first Youtooz vinyl. So let me put this away, and then we'll look at Godzilla next. Well, we saw what the Kong looks like, so I'm probably expecting the Godzilla to be the same. And because this is coming in, I got this in from a second-hand seller, from a third-party seller. They did manage to get an authenticity verification for me, and hopefully it's actually legit. So let's dig in. Actually, wait, before I open the box, we should probably show you the box. There's that heat ray Godzilla. He's just shooting his heat ray. There's the art as I showed you earlier. Same thing for the back. Godzilla versus Kong. Boom. And then at the top is it's the same thing. And yeah, I didn't show for the Kong, but it's the same artwork. So you didn't miss much. Alright. City smashing, thunder crashing, and monster warrior. Why is that a much better description than Kong? We need Kong. The world needs him. Also, I gotta say, the background of Hong Kong with the neon lights of him shooting down, that is some very nice artwork they've got here. Oh, look at that. This is a BAM exclusive. No wonder this took a little longer to acquire, because this one is an exclusive. Alright. That explains a lot of things. Heat Ray Godzilla collection. This is pop number 0 apparently. So let's look at this BAM exclusive Youtooz. I had no idea that it was a BAM exclusive. That's probably why. The world's champion. It says here. I'm surprised it doesn't say Team Godzilla. So this is a very different box labeling from Kong, which is honestly quite a surprise. So let's take a look at this Youtooz figure. Nice. Yo, okay. Already this tops the Kong. I'm sorry, Kong, but this Godzilla here already tops it by a long shot. By a long shot, I'm telling you. You can tell immediately he's a lot bigger than Kong, first of all. And secondly, looking at having the Heat Ray Godzilla Funko Pop, yeah, I think this tops the Funko Pop. The quality of the Heat Ray piece is already astonishing. It's already a lot better than what we've got for the FY exclusive Heat Ray Godzilla Funko Pop. So, okay. So I've took the audacity to take the Heat Ray out for the Funko Pop out, sorry, for the Heat Ray Godzilla. And not taking it out of the box, but you can sort of see the figure through the window. You can kind of see the difference already. First and foremost, it's same colors, of course, but the mold is very different. As you can see, Funko used a series of molds and kind of shaped Godzilla a little bit weirdly on the head. But then we got the Youtooz one. Here's one consistent piece for the head mold going down here. Secondly, the Heat Ray piece, it's back here, but it's I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. It's like a completely blue raspberry candy-like piece. We have our Heat Ray piece here. It's completely transparent, and it has debris flying at the bottom. As it actually looks like he's making an impact hitting the ground. And yeah, so looking at the two, I really think Youtooz has it for this one. The dorsal fins definitely stand out, and the shades of blue that's just oozing out throughout his back, that is very, very nice. And then you've got, yeah, and also I mentioned the tail is already, it's like the way they compress it, it's a little bit off, but I guess it makes sense. And then he does have his like little claws. So I've taken the Heat Ray out so I can show you the inside of his mouth. So look at that. And the way the eyes are, it's what you expected. Very, very simplistic. And yeah, what more can I say? And the paint job is nice. And overall, I want to add this as well. The figure feels pretty light. The Funko Pop is actually quite heavy. So now let's look at the Heat Ray piece itself. So here it is. Woo, look at that. You got the debris at the bottom, as I've said. And then of course to attach it, very, very simple. You just poke it in the hole, just like that. It's not meant to be secure, but it's just enough to do its job. And there you go. That's the Youtooz Heat Ray Godzilla. My final score for this, I just gotta give it a solid 9 out of 10. It is a very good Youtooz. No wonder it's a BAM exclusive, and boy, I'm glad I managed to get it, despite having how hard it is. So this is definitely a great Youtooz, and already tops Kong. So that's it for the Godzilla. All right, last but definitely not the least, we have the aircraft carrier battle set. I didn't butcher it this time. Let's go. Okay, so of course this is a slightly bigger figure, so the box is slightly different. We have the two monsters just duking it out. There is that side, and there is the back of the box. It makes sense that it feels heavy compared to the other two. Detailed than I thought it would. Pop number 2, Godzilla vs. Kong final figure. There's that. And then here is the other side. Whoa, that's actually pretty cool. The ultimate battle royale. Hail to the kings, it says up here. Hail to the kings. Oh, no wonder this is heavy. All the weight coming in is coming from the aircraft carrier base. Overall first impressions, very nice. This will sit very well on the shelf. This will sit very well on the desk, on the table, anywhere. This looks great. It's like those mini moments Funko Pops. Love how there's little flame pieces on the aircraft carrier piece, sorry. And you got the aircraft carrier deck, office, bridge. Yeah, bridge, that's the word I'm looking for. Just sitting right there. As for the water, the whole water is just all blue. And I just noticed, it says on the bottom, the Youtooz.com and some of the trademark stuff. Now, I guess you can make the proper way of how the scene actually is by turning this around, and you'll actually see Godzilla and Kong throwing hands at each other the proper way as depicted in the scene. The Godzilla looks nice. Of course, he is not lit up, not all heat rayed up in this one, and his mouth is of course not open, so you can't fit the heat ray piece in. I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10 as well. Actually, you know what? Yeah, 8 seems fair. Yeah, 8 is fair. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10. So, from the 3, Heat Ray Godzilla is definitely my favorite, followed by this one, and then Kong will be third. It's not bad, but this one and the Heat Ray Godzilla just seems a lot cooler. I really like that Heat Ray Godzilla, but this is also very nice. I understand why this is a little bit pricey. I will say I did have to pay $90 for it, but is it worth it? I think I'd say so, because it is a little bit hard to find. So there's that. So before I go, I'm gonna do the 360 shot of this, and then we'll wrap up this video. So what do I think of these 3 Youtooz after looking at them all out of the box? Very, very good. These are perfect collector's items, and like Funkos, they will definitely sit well in collections. And obviously these ain't toys, these are vinyl figures. These are meant to be put on display. And I will say, the Heat Ray Godzilla was the hardest one for me to find, just because I didn't know he was a BAM exclusive. But I understand now, he was definitely worth it. He's probably the number 1 from the 3 for me. And second comes the aircraft I can never say it right for some reason. The aircraft carrier fight. That one is definitely number 2. Other than that, great selection. I really should consider getting more into Youtooz instead of just Funkos. Youtooz actually, they do a pretty solid amount of figures just as well as Funkos. So I really think Youtooz should definitely get a little more respect. Yeah, so they do sell in limited quantities. So if they ever drop any Youtooz that you might want, you might want to get it as soon as possible, because once they're out, they ain't never getting it again. So, of course, these came out in like, I think September or November? Yeah, well, September of last year. So, yeah, I obviously had to resort to a site outside of Youtooz to get my hands on these figures. So, in the end, great set. If you're lucky enough to get your hands on it, I'd say go for it. So, yeah, there's that. So in the meantime, that is it for this review. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Bye for now.